Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Di and today I'm sharing with you my September manga haul. So stock looks about the same, but I filled in some gaps on some series that I'm collecting this month, so that's really great. And so yeah, still keeping up with those credit earning things that my daughter and I have been doing, where we earn credits for the manga that we read from our collection, and that is affecting our purchases. Again, just a small recap is that volume 1s are exempt from credit usage. If you're up to date on a series, that is also exempt for the next volume. But anything else, if you're not up to date, or if it's past the volume 1 and you haven't yet read volume 1, you got to use a credit, at least for us. So yeah, we're doing really well still. Still have credits every month to use, so that's great. And so let's get into this month's haul. So right off the top here, I have volume 3 of Usotoki Rhetoric by Ritsu Miyako. This one is published by One Piece Books. There is no age rating on this. I'd probably say it's teen or older teen. I've only read volume 1. We read volume 1 for the Monaco Manga Club, which is an in real life manga club that I hosted at local Barnes & Noble. Based on what I read in volume 1, I would say this is probably teen, but not knowing what else is in this series, I'm going to say it might be older teen. But this is a series about the character here on the cover, and she has the ability to hear when people are lying, and she basically kind of gets run out of the town that she was living in. People don't treat her well there because they feel like they can't talk with her around, because she knows if they tell a lie, any lie, even if it's just a small lie. And so she leaves and meets up with a detective who she ends up partnering with to solve cases using her abilities. And so I really enjoyed volume 1. I have not yet read volume 2, but I picked up volume 3, so I did use one of my credits. And I really enjoyed volume 1. It was really interesting, and I really enjoy the difference between the styles of clothing that was depicted in volume 1, because you get the more westernized look, but you also get this more like traditional look as well. And so I'm really looking forward to continuing with that one. I picked up volume 1 of I Don't Know Which Is Love. This is published by Yen Press, rated older teen. I believe this is a jail story about a girl who has tried to confess to people in high school but was never successful. And so she's like on a mission to get a girlfriend in college. I think that's what this is. So I thought that sounded interesting, and I'm looking forward to checking this one out. Another GL, this is volume 2 of The Summer You Were There by Yuwama. This is a GL story about a girl who is a writer, and she kind of hides that, but her classmate finds out and asks to read the manuscript. And when her classmate asks her for her next work and is told that there's nothing in the works, she suggests that they start to date so that the girl has something to write about. And so I think this is going to be sad just because of the way the title is and some of the things that I read in volume 1. This is actually a repurchase for me because the copy that I had, the spine was all screwed up. It was like the cover was glued on poorly, and it was just like all crinkled up in the spine. So I got another copy. This copy's spine looks really nice, and so I'm glad to have that. I picked up this one. This is At the Flower Capital by Rihito Takarai. This is published by June Manga, and it is older teen, 16 plus. I believe this is a prequel to another series that I picked up, which I think is called Only the Flower Knows. I picked that up last month or the month before, or a combination of both. But I had seen that series on 365801's channel and thought I'd check it out because I really enjoyed the work that I've read from Rihito Takarai. And so since I believe this is a prequel, I decided to go ahead and pick this one up. This is a BL love story, contemporary romance, and so I'm really looking forward to that one. I picked up this one, The Dragon Betrothed by Meguru Hinohara. This one is published by Sublime, rated mature. This one is about a guy who goes back to his hometown looking for some rest and relaxation, and he becomes entangled in an old promise to wed a local god, the water dragon god, who can be friendly and charming, but inside lurks an animalistic ferocity. Can he escape his protective embrace, or is his fate already written? I thought this sounded interesting, and so I decided to check it out and see what I thought. I also picked up volume 2 since it was there. Continuing to collect Noragami in the single edition. So this is volume 9, 10, 11, and 12. These are by Adachi Toko, published by Kodansha, rated older teen. So this series is about a minor god named Yato. At the beginning of the series, he's just doing minor jobs to get people to remember him, because if nobody remembers him, then he will cease to exist. When doing these things, he crosses paths with a girl named Hyori, and Hyori ends up getting into an accident in which she now is able to separate her spirit from her body, and so she's able to go to the spirit realm. And so she ends up like teaming up with Yato to solve some mysteries that are happening around town, and it was just really like fun and exciting in the beginning. I've already read these volumes. We borrowed these volumes from my library when we started reading Noragami, and we really enjoyed it, so we decided to go ahead and start collecting. I would have collected the omnibus versions had we not already started collecting the single editions by the time those came out, but the single editions are beautiful. Where we are right now, the story is much, much more serious. I believe we're close to the end. I'm looking forward to seeing how everything wraps up, but it's definitely not the same tone or type of story that it was when we first started the series. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how things wrap up and seeing what's in store for the characters that we followed for so long in this series. So went ahead and collected more of that. I've got volume 1 of The Night Captain is the New Princess to Be. This is by Yasuko Yamaru. This one's published by 7 Seas, rated teen. This says it's a fake engagement, but a real romance. So it's about a woman who was born into a noble family, but treated more or less like a boy while she was growing up. So now she's a dashing young woman and is the captain of the Imperial Guards and personally protects the prince, who she's been a friend with since childhood. When his father demands he finds a suitable girl to marry, he insists that he's going to marry Chris. Chris thinks it's just a ploy to keep the king happy, so she decides to play along, but as the charade goes on, she starts to wonder if maybe her princely pal has actually fallen for her. So this sounds like a super sweet romance, and I'm looking forward to checking that one out. I picked up After We Gazed at the Starry Sky Volume 1 by Bisco Kida. This one's published by Yen Press, rated older teen. This is a BL with a character who is disabled in it, and I thought that sounded really interesting, and the story sounds super sweet as well, so I thought I'd check that one out. We picked up Mr. Villain's Day Off by Yu Morikawa. This one is published by Square Enix, manga rated teen. Evil supervillains need self-care too. An intergalactic evil league seeks to take over the world and destroy humanity. One of its mysterious leaders, known only as the General, has 2 main weaknesses: delicious food and cute, fluffy panda bears. On this dastardly villain's precious days off from work, he heads to the zoo to gaze at the pandas. Their adorable faces just melt away all the stress from evil doing. But will his secret be jeopardized forever when a hero out to save the Earth catches him in the act? Evil villain loves pandas. Thought that sounded cute. I picked up volume 4 of Villains Are Destined to Die by Sewell. Original story by Gwang Gyo-ul. This one is published by Issei Press, rated teen. So this story is about a female character here who ends up getting transported into the otome game that she's been enjoying. And since she has already played through a lot of the game. When she gets transported into it, she kind of uses that knowledge to try to navigate her way through the game. But in the game, she is also now the villainess, so that kind of puts her at a disadvantage, right? I've been really enjoying watching the character try to decide what to do, because sometimes the things that she thought would work don't work. And just seeing the other characters start to warm up to her and how she's trying to figure out which characters will be the best options for her to possibly get back to her real life. I'm just really enjoying it. Plus the art style is gorgeous. And so definitely had to pick that one up. I have not yet read volume 3, but it is sitting on my nightstand. So hopefully I'll get to that one soon. I have a volume 1 of Amongst Us, book 1, Soulmates by Xiling Huang. This one is published by 7 Seas, rated older teen. It says follow the busy lives of couple Veloz and Blackbird in this fun and funny LGBTQ graphic novel from the creator of Carcassonne. So it says Veloz loves Blackbird, Blackbird loves Veloz. These two young women may have strange chemistry and seemingly nothing in common, but somehow their offbeat relationship works. Join them for a dance through the modern city they call home as they satisfy Blackbird's sweet tooth and indulge Veloz in her attempts to understand fashion. In an alternate universe, the sorceress and assassin share a very different reality, but in this one, they're a modern couple who have built a life together and they intend to enjoy it. So I thought that sounded interesting, and the art style looks great as well. I have volume 4 of Game Between the Suits by Mai Nishikata, published by Steamship, rated older teen. I'm not sure how many volumes this series is, but this is about the two characters here on the cover. They are office co-workers. The male comes in as a newbie to the office at the beginning of the series, and he takes an interest in our female character here, who prioritizes work over romance. And so they end up getting into a agreement where they will enjoy this game, where basically they are having casual sex with each other, but whoever falls in love with the other first loses. And so it's been interesting to see these two characters kind of go through this game and see what they're thinking as the days go by, the more time they spend with each other. We definitely get a lot of POV from the female's perspective, and I don't know what I think about this guy yet. I'm not sure if he's just playing or if the things he says are sincere. I have my reservations about him, but I'm interested enough in what's going on with this couple to continue reading. This is another one. I've got volume 3 on my nightstand, but haven't yet read through it, so I will definitely be doing that soon. And so, yes, I'm enjoying this series so far. Okay, I have volume 8 of Cherry Magic by Yu Toyota. This one's published by Square Enix, manga rated mature, so this is about this guy who at the beginning of the series is a 30-year-old virgin, and he ends up getting this ability where he can hear other people's thoughts if he touches them on his 30th birthday. And he ends up finding out that his co-worker, this guy here, has feelings for him. And so this series kind of follows them getting to know each other, getting together, and navigating their relationship. This is a series that I am putting on pause right now. I had already ordered this volume in before I had read volumes 5 and 6, which I did do in August, and it made me really mad. The direction that the mangaka decided to take the story made me mad, and that's part of the reason why I don't read a lot of contemporary romance, because I see realistic things happening, and those types of things that happened in those volumes made me mad. And so I'm taking a big break from this series. I probably won't pick it up again until Manga Pride readathon next year. But yeah, I'm not going to be purchasing any more of this series for right now because I'm still just looking at this volume ticked off with these characters. I've got Persona 4 Arena. This is by Aya Q and Atlas. This is a Barnes & Noble exclusive edition. This is volume 3, published by Udon Entertainment, and I would have to say it's probably older teen just based on the Persona stuff that I've seen and watched and read. So this is a Persona 3 and Persona 4 mashup story, I believe. Picked this one up for my daughter. She's really into this franchise, and so she definitely went straight to the shelf when we were at the manga club meeting and picked that up. I have Omnibus 5 of Fire Force by Atsushi Okubo. This one is published by Kodansha, rated older teen. So this is about a character named Shinra who lives in a world where there is spontaneous human combustion. He has had experience with this himself when he was younger, and that experience has made him want to become one of the special firefighters that fight these combustions. And so we follow him going through learning how to put these fires out, joining a company, and learning how to use his abilities. And there's a mystery in this world, as well as to how these combustions are happening and what's causing them. And it's just a really interesting story. We watched the anime. I've read like one volume so far, but I really enjoyed the anime, and so we decided to start collecting the manga. I do have it digitally from some Humble bundles that I picked up, but I wanted a physical copy, so decided to get it in the omnibus. Got this light novel, I believe, yes, of Sasaki and Miyano's Second Years. This has novelization by Kotoko Hachicho and original story and art by Shoharu Sono. This one is published by Yen On, rated 13 and up, so that is teen. So this is a contemporary BL story. My daughter really enjoys this series, and so she requested that one. She didn't have to use a credit for that one because it's a novel. We don't use credits for novels, but daughter doesn't read very many novels. So when she requests a novel, I definitely pick it up for her. She's actually reading one right now, a light novel. I was shocked. And speaking of light novels, I've got volume 5 of The Case File of Julia Richard, written by Nanako Tsujimura and illustrated by Utako Yukihiro. This one's published by 7 Seas, rated teen. So this is a mystery that is involving like jewels and stuff. I believe I've heard it's got BL tones to it. I really need to get into this series. I really do. I am putting it on my light novel November TBR. At least the first one. Because I've been wanting to read these so much and I just can't fit them into my TBRs. So I will put them in for November for sure if I don't get to it before then. And then the last thing I have here is the light novel version of Summer Ghost. This is original story by Loundraw and written by Otsuichi. Published by 7 Seas, rated teen. It says, did you hear the one about the ghost? They say that if you set off fireworks at a certain abandoned airfield outside of town on a midsummer's night, the spirit of a young woman who took her own life might appear before you. 3 teens from different high schools, all interested in this local urban legend, come together on one fateful evening when the boundary between life and death grows thin. Based on the critically acclaimed animated short film, with the manga version also available from 7 Seas. That sounds interesting. I'm hoping this has a little bit of a spook factor to it, but it kind of doesn't seem like it based on the cover. Kind of looks more like a sweet but sad romance story. So we'll see what happens. I might put this on my October TBR. But that definitely sounds like it has like the October vibes for me. So I'm really interested to get to that. We got the light novel version because it didn't sound like something my daughter might be interested in. And so, yeah. I just noticed that this is actually from Seven Seas imprint airship. So yeah, that is everything that I picked up in the month of August. So I'm definitely happier with the size of this stack. Like I said, I still have credits to use, which will be nice because September is my birthday month. And so I definitely have a couple of things I might want to use that on. I will tell you that when we made our list for September, our purchase list, it was pretty large. That doesn't include like the stuff that I will be picking up when we're at the store for the manga club meeting. So I'm glad that I have the credits because I feel like I'm going to need them this month. But we'll see. I might chalk some of it up to birthday presents to myself. But in any case, let me know down in the comments below if you picked up any of the volumes that I've just showed you up as well. And if you've read them, let me know if you've enjoyed them and what you thought of them. But please, no spoilers. And if nothing else, and you'd just like to let me know that you were here, if you could leave me a ghost emoji for a summer ghost down in the comments below, that would be greatly appreciated and would really help me out. And that will do it for me today. So I hope you're all doing great. I hope you're all safe and healthy. And until next time, take care and smile always. Bye.